Hi everyone, good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. Alright, so per popular demand, we are working on my hospital lighter and little dead body today. Let's see. Just getting the rest of the colors I need on my palette. So I'm just going to be working on cleaning up some of the colors, and start getting this shaded, and then do some highlighting. And the moment I can't remember what I used on the book. And that needs to be touched up, so. Yeah, we'll just go over it with this. It's fine. I'll give it that aged look. Hey! How you doing, Chuck? Hello! How you doing? No biggie. I just realized that this camera is literally in your face. But what can you do, right? Yep, we're working on my hospital lighter today per request on Friday. It was put up to a vote, and everyone voted they wanted to see some Sisters of Battle, so here we are. So hopefully we can get her done today. Hopefully being the keyword. I'm not as fast of a painter as Jesse is. Even when you put him out of his element, he's over at my desk right now. Very. Could not come fast enough. Since I got some Sisters of Battle, I've been very excited to hear about their new releases. Especially since I've seen some of their old sculpts, and they look like just a man. Of course! I mean, if you look in Discord, it's going to show me talking as Jesse, but I'm not Jesse. And Jesse is not Kendall.
Hi guys, my name's Kendall.
HR is still here.
Always.
There's a running joke because I work for the business. Technically, Jesse is my boyfriend, my boss, and everything else in between. So there's a running joke that he is also HR. So if I ever have an issue, I have to go to HR, which literally is him just turning his cap around and then just getting very smart with me. Yes. Yes, they are. HR gets mad at me and tells me what to do. But so does the owner, my boyfriend, and everything else he has in title. Love you.
I wear many hats.
Basically. It's so weird seeing in chat me pop up saying it. I'm like, I didn't say that. But it was quicker than logging us out of everything, getting everything switched. It's just funny to see. Alright. So we're going to come in here and do this book the same color. This is the top of it. Hey! How you doing, War? A moment you have no idea what color to do some of these things. Because you've just utterly lost your mind.
Move up right here, Kendall.
I did.
No. Lag.
Yeah, normally by the time you notice something on that screen, I've either already fixed it or have moved on to something else.
Okay, HR is gonna shut up and go to their office.
Agreed. Come here, do weather. So I hit my head. Thank you. Yep, so we have the hospital lighter and the little body. And I still sit here and think this is horrible and I can't paint. So. All right. Do some cleanup on the skirts. What you looking for? Sanity? It's gone.
Always.
Thank you. Is that Trevor? My brain is drawing a blank. Oseberg.
I haven't gotten the text yet, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to remember who Oseberg is. I'm drawing a blank, and I thought it was Trevor, or... I do apologize. I have the memory of a goldfish. Okay, it is. So I believe I'm doing your horses. Yes? No? Maybe? Oh my god, my head. It's like you don't know what you're talking about anymore. I could also be having a stroke and losing my goddamn mind right now. Who knows? Okay, yeah, so I'll be doing your ground knights. I handle most level 2 and level 1 requests. Jesse handles most 3 and 4. I help out on 3s now that I've been trained. So I'll probably be doing those for you. got shade everywhere. What the heck was I doing? Aw, that's so awesome. See, I always love hearing when people do this stuff for like presents and gifts and that kind of stuff. Like, it's awesome. I mean, that's how I got into it. I didn't even know what any of this was until Jesse introduced it to me when I moved out here. He bought me my first box. And now I have a problem. Don't. It'll cost you so much money. Jesse has learned that the hard way. It costs you so much money when you get your significant other into this. And now Jesse also has a ton of gift ideas, especially with the next Sisters of Battle release being announced tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow. Going in, getting the gun pouch on her back. With a little bit of Jumbo brown. I'm having trouble figuring out what colors to make the vials on her backpack.
You should make them honey.
How would I even do that? I want to do it now. One, what the heck did I get on this chick's foot? Two, I want to do that now. But now I don't know how to do it. And now I need to do it. Jesse just made a suggestion that I do them as honey, as they are YellowJackets.
Even though YellowJackets don't make honey, but still.
YellowJackets do not make honey, but they are based off of bees for me, so. Hi, thank you for the follow. Just trying to get this brown off of her foot. I have no idea what the heck I got on there. There we go. But, no, I actually have a lot of red, so I wanted to stick away from red, so I was trying to figure out what to do. And she has these, you can see it, just, if I could stop bending that, because that still has to dry. She has the two little vials on her backpack. And Jesse's like, do them as honey. Hi, Red, how you doing? I gotta fix this again. Because, you know, how many times can I break the dove off is the question of the day. I just thought about it. Do like a burnt amber color.
There you go, now you're using your noggin.
Sometimes my brain works. Aw. I just saw that. I'm sorry, War. I can't say the same. I'm sorry. I moved 1,000 miles away from my family, and after... It's been rough, but... I wouldn't have it any other way currently. Especially right now, my family's trying to figure out how a funeral is going to happen. My grandmother passed away last night. I wasn't close to her or anything. Actually, I had a pretty rough time when I was a kid with her, so I'm not sad about it, but happened. Thank you. It's okay. I had a really bad experience with her, so, like, she was my grandmother, but I didn't consider her my grandmother. That I don't have to deal with, thank God. And neither does my family. She has no estate. She's been in hospice for 7 years now. 6, 7 years. Long story short, I was a kid and she forgot I was home. She has a bunch of mental issues. I was like 5 and she disappeared for 4 hours. So after that, I never saw her again. And so that kind of scarred me. So I haven't seen her, and about 6 years ago, she was brought to the hospital by her brother. And they were like, just the note her life. Yeah. I'm sorry. Really sorry about that. But no, so yeah, her brother and his wife brought her to the hospital saying she was dying, and then took her keys and raided her house and took everything of value. My grandmother is schizophrenic and she had onset Alzheimer's. That's actually how she passed, was Alzheimer's. So I'm just happy she passed peacefully. I'm happy I don't have to be there when the family starts fighting over what's happening. That's gonna happen. Anyways, on to happier topics. Oh, you live in Florida? Just saw that. I still have to plan visiting there to go see my godfather. Yeah. Right now, half of my family at least that side of the family, doesn't believe in the masks or COVID or any of that. Like, they're very anti-vaccine, anti-mask, all that. And the other half has all gotten their vaccines, everything. And my aunt, who's working on getting her vaccines now, has the burial plot, so they can at least get her buried. But she also, my grandmother was taken care of by the state, so, and it's hard. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. No estate, it's just figuring out if the state is going to want to cremate her or not, and then informing the burial site. Because how it worked is because the sale of her house paid for most of her hospice, but eventually that ran out, so her care was given over to the state. So it's basically the state can decide, hey, we're just going to cremate her and then give you the ashes. You don't really have a say. I mean, the state's the one that signed the DNR. Anyways, happier topics. Happier topics. Alright. Go back up in here, clean up the belt. Lose my damn mind. It's kind of sad. I'm only 26. My sister's 23. And basically, we have already discussed, like, when we were much younger, I was like 15, 16, and me and her talked if my parents ever passed, like, what we were going to do. Like, I remember my mom, the day I turned 18, her and my dad went to see a lawyer on my birthday to have their wills changed and have my sister put in my custody and not any of her family's. I think that would be very odd charcoal, and your meat would taste a little funny. And we're painting sisters here. Maybe some flamers. I'd probably get a nice fire going.
Evil sauce.
As I drop everything on the floor. Especially it's when it's the stuff Jessie needs. There you go. Oh, I didn't even know. Oh well. I like how the dogs come up behind me and start crying. And don't go to Jessie. You have them trained well.
Hey, I didn't do it. They did it. Don't put that juju on me.
Yes. Yes, agreed. How can it commit heresy if it's nothing but ash? It is raining. The dogs are unhappy. Go in here, fix this, because I've got it's everywhere. Apologies, phone. Always forget to mute that thing before I start streaming. Alright, so. I think we're ready for some shade. Is this finally sticking together now without breaking? Yeah, there we go. Hopefully I don't F it up again. Because I keep breaking it. Right in there. You can see the little dark line. There are a couple of layers of the book, and then we can get that going. Everyone's sad. Everyone went quiet. Sorry. I heard the munchkin. Come in here with some suns. Minute. He's gone. I wanted my puppy break. Alright, so I definitely think we're ready for some shade now. The only thing after... Oh, fun. Horror games. I'd be crying. I'd be crying so bad. Jesse thinks it's fucking hysterical. I get so scared of stupid things. Alright, so I need the Seraphim Sepia. Do you have it? You normally do.
You're at my desk. I have nothings.
Seraphim Sepia. Yellow. Oh, good. What horror game? Crimson. Flesh shade. I think those are good. As I sit on things. quick little puppy break. Boop. Did you do something? Ah, okay. My multi-screen chat just disappeared and refreshed itself.
Usually that means you lost connection for a second.
Okay.
What's your timer at? Top right.
42 minutes, 9 seconds?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, good. I've never heard of that one. Go with a wash over this. Seraphim sepia for the parchment. Okay. Something. I'll fix that quick. And here I notice that I could still see a little bit of yellow poking through from when I airbrushed and painted. So just go back and clean it up. Good thing is this white scar is a pretty close match to our white ink. So I can clean it up fairly easily. And I don't actually think I'm going to shade any of the white, because I kind of like that really crisp, bright. Unless Jesse knows how to shade white properly. Which he probably does, because Jesse knows all. Don't eat that. One of these days, stop grabbing it by the bird. One of these days, and that's not right now. Because I just did it again and bent the bird. My instinct is to grab it by the highest point, which is the bird. Stop grabbing it by the bird! No, it didn't break. Jesse on my account explained how to do it. And I have no idea. It could be we put it up to a vote again to whatever you guys want to see, or maybe he has something he wants to stream. I don't know. That should have counted that time. It may just not pop up in chat, but it should have counted. Y'all could have been watching some wolves. No, y'all wanted sisters. Yeah, Friday's set, it's normally going to be... Jesse normally does his own stream with that. And I'll try and possibly take like a night out of the week when we don't stream. I haven't quite figured out what nights I want to do yet, because... Yeah. So, just got that nice shade all over the ribbon to add that aged patina look. I'm going to wait to do the other one. Only because I broke it again. Now, if my brain could function. Always do the book. Just noticed that. Okay, so we'll get in here, get this book. I'm actually going to do the other side in a little bit darker of a wash. Because I want it to look like an old book. Oh. Okay. I know it looks orange. It is yellow. Come here and try it on her first. She'll be easy to fix. I don't believe so currently. We don't currently have any orcs or squigs currently in the shop.
Yes, we do.
Do we? Oh, we have orcs. Forgot that. Jesse does have some orcs and squigs. I don't think the squigs, but definitely the orcs. little bit of shade. Picked up when I got 2 back. Jesse has the orcs from the Prophecy of the Wolf box. He got that for something. All I remember was Ragnar, shiny, yes, need.
Yes.
Yes. Sure, shiny ass works too. But normally I'm the one paying attention to their backsides. Jesse, not as much. Okay, we're gonna take this one. Come in here and get these little front panels. I'm just adding some shade to show the dynamic of the cloth. Try not to get it on this white. You're good. Oh, good lord. Alright, so went in, did most of that. I'll go in here. A bit more on the brush. Right up here. Just again to add some of that shade into that dynamic flow of the skirt. So there's those two, and then I need to do oops, if I have all the colors I actually need. That's one shade, 2 shades. Definitely. Right, so don't step on that. Some of that is drying. We'll take this itty bitty brush. things workable on a wet palette. Basic base color on their faces. So at least you can tell the faces apart. Oh. Okay. Oh. Alright, so back in here with this other flesh shade. Just recover that break again. We're playing the game of how many times can I grab the exact same thing and break it.
Oh, well, hello there, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck!
Good evening.
Ugh. How many times can I break it?
40.
Kendall's having fun breaking things.
I keep breaking this one bird off in the exact same spot because it's weak, but my brain keeps telling me to grab it from that spot.
Sounds like you and your brain need to have a conversation.
I think so too.
I think your brain needs to talk to HR.
I just did it again! It's like right here. It's this little bird I keep grabbing and it keeps... Poor bird. So how you doing tonight, Chuck?
Better. It's been a long day, so
I'm glad
Both.
it's getting
We-
better.
both with work and at home. So
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Double whammy, huh?
it's just long. I mean, when I got done with work, it was my wife's birthday today, so she decided that in lieu of anything else, she was going to go through and do home projects while she was at home and could do it since she scheduled the day off. And therefore, hey, Red. Therefore, after work, the things she couldn't do, I was helping. And I didn't mind, but it was a rough day at work. Actually, my work was fine till about noon. And then it became a very rough day at work. And, well, thank you. I'll pass that along to her. But anyways, so yeah, it's just long. And then, of course, things come in. My wife's getting tired from the school. She reads it and growls at my daughter. My daughter growls back. The dog comes in, sits next to me, and goes, "People are growling, dude." And I'm like, "Yeah, stay here. It's safer."
Mayday.
Mayday, abort, abort.
Until, and then I become the peacekeeper by means of going in and growling at both of them until they realize I've had enough. It's been a long day. Leave me alone. Both of you go to your corners, and I don't want to hear it from either one of you. Which I know will come back and bite me in the butt, but hey, at least for now, Chuck has peace. And again, this is why future Chuck hates present Chuck. So that's why I was kind of lurking. I was trying to get a few things that I needed to get done.
You said you would be here at some point. I figured you would be.
Yeah, almost an hour late. But yay,
It's okay.
I tried to keep up with what was going on.
Not much.
But yes, I may even be called into HR tomorrow. So.
Ooh, sorry.
That's all right. I did it. I knew what I was doing when I did it. And again, present Chuck didn't care.
Yeah,
Present Chuck had enough.
Yeah, I don't know how much you heard about what happened over the weekend for me.
I did, and my condolences.
It's okay. It's no big deal.
I heard everything going on, and I understand.
I was like, why did I pull Reichwind Flush Shade? I pulled it for the gold.
Yep.
I had it sitting here, and I'm like, why did I pull this color? Because I'm dumb.
She pulled it so I could use it. Don't let her lie.
We have like double of each shade. You can go away.
Yes, go away. You, the person in charge. Go away. Oh, I needed this.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Totally how it works.
Getting old. Does that mean you're getting old or I'm getting old? I know I'm getting old, Red.
Every
or you're
time
just tired of me because of my shtick is getting old. I'm not sure what you're looking here.
I think my favorite is when people tell me I make them feel old when I tell them my age. And I'm like, why would my age make you feel old? Like, I'm 26.
Makes me feel old.
Okay, you have a reason to feel old about it, though, Me, I'm the youngin' in the group. I married older, so...
No oil.
I need the back when you're done.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay,
I just need it for some weapons.
Red, I'm 51. I've probably been doing that for at least 20 years, so...
I'm 26 and I do that.
I was going to say, that's not necessarily a sign. It used to be a sign of getting old. Now it's just, it happens.
Now it's to be expected.
You know,
I'm just gonna...
I still say it has to do with, you're a young pup yet, according to me anyways. But yeah, I still say it's because of just everything thrown at us all day, every day. Whether it's, on the phones all the time, on the computers all the time, on the TV all the time, whatever. I think our brain just goes, what?
You are a year
brain...
younger than me. I'm 26. So, well, actually, I'm 27 this year.
Oh, so you are literally like just shy of half my age.
Hi. Yes. Yeah, no one.
You are half of my age. Osberg is
Baby.
Yeah, he's the baby. I forget how old Dustin is, but he keeps laughing at me that I'm an old man, and I tell him that he walks like one more than I do, so I don't want to hear it.
I crack like an old person more than Jesse does.
Okay.
I have more health problems than Jesse does.
That doesn't mean anything.
Jesse's built like a shit brick house.
Yeah. Already gray haired. Well, I'm only going to
least
say
you
this.
have
You
hair.
may have. Yeah, you have hair. Exactly. At 25,
Gray and I've lost my hair.
I was thinning pretty quickly. By 30, I was done. You know, except for this little like friar tuck around the side and back thing. So
Oh,
I'll take the gray. Yeah, I'll take the I'll take the gray if
First
I had
off,
the rest of
Melon
it.
oil back to you. Now I need Dark Reaper. No, that's Gavin. Oh, that's Ashen. Where's my Dark Reaper? One more.
Look at me.
Red, I've done that with a sneeze. I have literally done that with a sneeze and had to go to the chiropractor to get fixed. So
Is it? Yeah.
does that count, I guess? Is that close? I mean, right idea, wrong orifice, but you know.
Oh my god.
Well, you know, I sneezed, so.
Sell it for the Emperor.
Yeah. It's funny. My friends have said that before. Because I tend to play clerics. My very first character in D&D was a cleric. And I enjoy clerics. I enjoy going, you know, 3 shades crazy when I can for a reason.
Does Gavin have the Dawnstone? One moment.
Okay. We'll talk amongst ourselves and entertain ourselves.
You do kill the boy.
We'll let Jesse be the moderator.
Murder.
See, over here, you have a face for murder.
Murder. Boy is as bad as me. He does not put his pain away.
Well, I will say I did enjoy his stream, though. I do have to say that. I enjoyed Devin's stream.
He did a good job.
Yep, he's taking over Saturday afternoons now.
Okay. I really don't have much to say.
I don't know what AOS
No,
is.
Age of Sigmar.
Oh.
I wish I get more Age of Sigmar in here in the studio.
Sorry, I'm
I've
more
had
of
a
a
few
Slack guy.
couple come in, like, I wouldn't really call it Age of Sigmar, but that's basically what the game is now. Call Franz on his Griffin. I got to do one of those, that was pretty cool. I do have a box of endless spells here, but they got switched out for some horses.
Which Trevor, I think he still wants to paint your endless spells.
But yes, the only thing with Devin that he needs to practice more on is keeping the mini on camera.
Yep.
But other than that, that is the only, I don't want to say bad thing because it wasn't bad. It was just, it's the only thing he needs practice on. How's that?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
But, you know,
It takes a little bit to get used to that.
that's
That
what I was
little
going to say.
box you have to paint in.
He was putting a model together. He wasn't painting yet.
Still, it's still a small box that he has to work in that he's not used to because, you know,
Right,
as he was talking, he's like, he even admitted it, and I'm like, it's okay. He's like, I'm used to having it up here near my face so I can see what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I probably need to give him a crash course on the camera setup so that way he can move it to where he likes it. Because, I mean, that camera's on an arm, so, I mean, they can move it wherever they like to.
Right. Yeah, you know, Trevor's saying.
I mean, I don't think Jesse would say no to that if you want us to just hold on to him until
Well,
you want
Trevor,
us to
I
paint
mean,
him.
that's cool with me. If you saw the amount of models I have here, that's probably how long it's going to take for me to even get to them, unfortunately.
And just think, GW did you a favor by holding back on all the AdMech releases so I didn't flood you with those.
You're not lying, Chuck.
So wait a minute. I just realized that you had a hand in that, didn't you?
I was talking about.
Uh-huh.
Put that juju on me.
You are an IT genius. So therefore, you must have done something to the supply chain.
That's right. I control the
Machine
internet. I do IT.
Yeah, that's right. See? I work in IT. I know how it goes. And I'm not sure who you're talking to, Red. Did I do it again?
Or did I do something? Oh, you did it again. Yeah, I think I know what he's talking about. I think he's calling
Was
me
it
out.
you playing with the bird again?
Maybe.
And I missed it? Yeah. Okay.
She's assassinating birds.
Why do you think I put it off to the side and now I'm highlighting?
Stop playing with the birdie.
Something tells me I need to teach Kendall how to pin base, so that way she can put a pin in the foot and not touch the model.
Yep. That's what I thought, Red.
Grab the bird.
It suddenly occurred to me.
That is why she's off
I
to the
don't
side
know.
and we're working on highlighting this lady here. As you can already see in her leg. If I bring it up just a little bit, you can see that highlighting starting. We're starting with a Dark Reaper and then I'll bring it up to like these high points in Dawnstone.
Yep, that a girl.
I think what we need to do is replace the bird with a cherub.
A steel cherub. So they can withstand the punishment of the finger.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking one of those funky looking cherubs that have like the weird mask on with all the spikes and pointy things on it so she won't touch it. Because when she does, it'll poke her.
I'll still grab it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're going to come in here with a little bit
Reminds
of
me, I might have a. I don't know if I'm taking it yet or not. A
Dawnstone.
Celestine conversion to a Emperor's Children Demon Prince.
We're just going to feather that.
That would be interesting to do.
A
So
Celestine conversion to a demon prince.
now you can really see that where it transitions the color from the high point to the low point.
Ooh, very nice.
Now we get the very top ridge with this color.
You know, I remember on the first stream when these guys didn't have much color on them at all.
And now I'm working on the finishing touches. Then literally
I know.
it's just waiting for Jessie to help me with the birds and their faces and her hair. Because I have no idea how to do hair yet.
Okay.
It's
Jesse?
not that hard.
No, it's something that we're going to be taking like a training day for. Like when one of the days we don't...
A teaching day.
Training.
No, she works. No, you're HR. It's training now.
That's right. It's a 3-hour
It is a-
seminar.
That's right. Remember to have PowerPoints.
Let me just go in here and get this little...
And then remember to
top
read
ridge.
every word on the PowerPoints out loud to the person.
Have a good night.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Good night.
Yeah, so the rest of the body should start looking like that foot, except for the little extra Dawnstone I got, but that's easily covered by black. So come in here, clean that up.
So I had some minis show up today for the other game I'm working on, and they're
Oh, yeah.
metal. And I handed one to my daughter. I'm like, this is what miniatures all used to be made of. And she's like, oh, let me see it. And I dropped it in her hand, and she just looked at me. She goes, that thing's heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And they're a
'Cause
bitch
it's
to
the-
put
it's a-
together.
About the size of an old metal Terminator, which Jesse will know what that means.
Oh, I do.
So it has some heft. I was giggling the whole time when she was holding it. because her eyes were just huge. Like, I can't. And I'm like, then imagine carrying a case of those around to go play.
Just think about it this way, back in the day, carrying a case of straight pewter, I mean, no one would want to mug the nerdy 40k guys.
Yeah, between that and the giant dice bag full of dice.
Thank you for the like on the stream. Come in here. Feather that out. Start getting that other knee pad. Because I'm basically doing a top-down light source on most of these, so. Where it would be like midday, sun's like beating right overhead. So like this part under the cloth would not see any highlight. And this ridge would.
Oh wait,
I
didn't
think
see a
5
vote for
space
something?
holes in a day is fine for me today.
Yes, there is a vote currently out if you wish us to stream tomorrow. It would be Jesse painting.
Don't ask me to say it. I don't remember how to say it.
Jesse painting something?
Yeah.
Cooliux Assassin?
Alexis?
No, we got that, or we got Calgar. We got a Tech Marine. We got a Primaris Librarian. Some Eradicators. We could probably finish up these Blood Angel Fire or Hellblasters.
I think it's Calexis, unless somebody tells me otherwise. I was looking for something that would let me pronounce. Yeah, Google slaughtered it too. I swear one of these days I'm going to put something in there and Google's just going to come back and go, seriously, if you can't do it, what makes you think I can?
Here in this edge. Actually gonna get these a little bit as well. Because her gloves actually are black. So we're just gonna get the top of her fingers and her knuckles. Can't really see it, but there's very, very light gray on there. And contrary to popular belief, even if I don't believe it myself, I do know how to paint.
Well, your boss appreciates the enthusiasm.
Yes, highlight right down that finger into this little nook. To all the tips of her fingers. Just a little bit dry brushing right on her palm. Okay. And we're just going to go back with a little bit Dawnstone, just for those high points. It's like the tip of her fingers. edge. High point right there. Right in there. High point right on the sharp edge. Feather that out into that dark gray. Going around. And right on her foot. She's laying it flat. There we have one of them done. The very upset Loki. Actually, not quite. Forgot. Right here at the edge. Her glove. And just a little touch right down the center of her fingers. Just add that high point. Now she is done, so to give an idea of what the first one will look like. What you think? There's only a couple of things I still have to add to her. I have to fix her hair, her face, and I actually do want blood coming out of these two holes on her side. These are all effects I haven't done yet or haven't quite learned yet, so I'm going to wait for Jessie to be able to assist me with those. But I'm actually going to hand that off.
I think she looks really good.
You put the red on the hole.
See what the master thinks.
And this, boys and girls, is the last time we ever heard from Jessie.
No, I actually take Jessie very, very seriously with this kind of stuff. Like, I actually want to learn. So, I actually prefer if he's brutally honest with me.
This is the last time you hear of Jessie.
Boo-hoo.
I'm sticking with what I said. I mean...
You realize you got face color on the armor, right?
Huh?
You got a bit of Bugman's glow on the shoulder.
I'll fix it.
Other than that, looks good.
Awesome!
Jessie gets to eat PB&J for another day.
Oh, I see where I got the Buckman's glove.
God damn it, Chuck. Don't give her ideas.
Right in there, I got a little bit.
Hey, you may be HR, but I'm just saying she's the cook, so...
Well, which one of you dogs is going to be the lucky sacrifice?
And you wonder what... No, never mind.
Now, I have some actually effect paint that will use some army painter glistening blood.
Yeah, it's just I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to wait for Jessie to show me how to use it. We actually have, like, blood effects and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Right.
So that's the first one finished.
Well, I've seen them in the wild. I don't own any. That's why I send stuff to you guys.
No, Red recommended could mix red with ooh to give it a wet
Ooh.
look.
Sorry, I was not paying attention to the chat. Sorry, Red.
We're going to fix it again.
And then I suggest putting it down and letting it sit so it actually sets.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Kill it
Stop
with your
touching the
finger
bird.
I'm going to scrape that first and then do that. And we're going to come in here and we'll probably work on the base a little bit. Get that going. So I don't know what I'm doing with the base yet.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to do
Hmm.
is you're going to want to fill out the rest of that base with some type.
I know, I just don't know what I'm doing.
Well, is it like a muddy ground? Like, what is it?
Well, this is muddy, but I want like grasslands.
Do you plan on filling out the rest of that circle of grass? It's
Possibly.
outside of the decorative base.
Possibly.
Yeah, and just paint the mud.
I'm trying to remember what mud to use.
Mud is brown.
Oh, just paint this brown. Herp a derp a derp a derp. Dry its bark.
Quick way to do that would be with a large dry brush. This is true.
Yeah.
You have a fairly large dry brush. No!
And gone forever.
Got it.
The best thing is everybody's watching you as you did that and went, "Yep, done that, done that plenty of times." Watched Jesse do it once, I believe.
Oh, I'm sure you've seen me do it more than once.
That's the only ones I remember. But then again, my brain doesn't finish.
Oh, I drop everything all the time. I'm extremely clumsy. I've put my arm through plate glass windows. I've been pushed into a 500-degree oven.
Okay, well, you being pushed into a 500-degree oven tells me one of two things.
Dude had
One-
headphones on and didn't listen to me when I said it was hot, so he pushed past me.
Well, okay, well, when you say pushed into a... Yeah, I'm thinking either one, you're actually part of the Hansel and Gretel story. Or two, somebody's being a schmuck. Either way, that one's not your fault. I mean, it's an interesting story, but, you know.
Well, especially when your school decides that, well, now you are the best candidate to give a safety presentation after you've been burned with an oven.
I mean, they're not wrong.
So
'Cause
fully
then you can say,
bandaged.
I've done it.
Yeah. So I went into the
Don't
oven
do
like this and had burns going up my arms. And they decided, well, I'm completely bandaged, to have a safety presentation, and they wanted me to speak on the safety of ovens. And I'm like, am I really the best person to give this speech? One, I'm a teenager. Two, I'm severely burned.
You are the best, because again, you can hold up your bandaged arms and go, "Look, I did it. It sucks. Don't do that." And that kind of leaves an impression.
Yeah, the kid got expelled.
Figured something would happen. I was thinking expulsion, but I figured something happened to the person.
This
Or-
isn't
yeah.
like the first time he's done something like that. It's just that was the most severe. Like, he's ended up in getting other kids hurt in the past. I was just the first one he had hospitalized.
Congratulations.
I take it with a badge of honor.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even pay attention. I asked you about the vote, then we started talking, and I never voted.
Sorry, Chuck. I already know what your vote is.
What's my vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You guys know me too well. I like hanging out with you guys. What can I say? Who knows? If tomorrow's not a completely, well, cloned day like today, I might actually get a brush out and start painting my own stuff here.
I'm wondering if I should do the inside of the cloth also yellow or a different color.
Not sure. I'd still recommend taking some type of ground texture and filling out that circle.
I'm thinking so too. That's what I was thinking. Probably mud.
Either mud or just the sand that's in front of your face.
There's no sand in front of
It's
me.
behind the paint on the shelf, top shelf. To the right.
That'll work.
Yep, just keep it thin. That way when you throw it in the dryer, it'll take a little bit, but it won't be ready for you by the end of your stream.
Nope. Do you have the thing though? The spatula.
I don't actually, so it's gotta be at my desk.
There is no spatula on your desk. You
Actually
lost the
read 'em.
spatula.
Thinking less prison and more Darwin Award winner. You know, one of those guys that has his headphones in and walks out in front of a Mack truck and can't hear it.
He thought he was all the shit. He had finally apologized to me when he met up again with me in college. Oh, found it.
Was nice of him.
He realized he was a dumb kid. Like, after he got expelled, he went to a different school and then actually got his fucking life together because he got the shit beat out of him.
Make sure that's actually sand and not snow.
This is sand. Snow's over there.
Okay, just making sure. I had both of them yesterday.
Yep, this is sand. Guess I'll move it into camera so people can see what the fuck I'm doing.
Spreading the goop.
But yeah, no, he was a stupid kid. I ran into again in my last couple of months of college because I went to an associate's degree college, so it was only about 2 years. And he apologized to me. He's like, I was a stupid kid. I'm sorry I hurt you. Then we started talking. He was getting his life together. His sister just got out of jail and everything. Like, he was going through a rough time at the time, too. So, like, it doesn't... It is
Vallejo texture sand.
gray sand Vallejo ground texture. So yeah. I think my favorite accident-prone injury that I have is the one on my hand, which you guys might see from time to time on stream. Just if you get a look at my wrist.
Just looking at the workers' comps.
Oh, you're fine.
Famous last words.
I thought famous last words were, "Where's my sandwich?"
Probably because it's in this giant jar. And normally everything that Vallejo has that's in a bigger jar than...
Yeah, that jar right there is probably... I want to say it's been a while since I bought that jar, but probably anywhere from 12 to 20 bucks, somewhere in there. Which, if you mix it up, you know, size comparison to GW's textured, I mean, those run like what, $8 even for the large little jars that they have. So 4 of those is not even like a quarter of that bottle.
I can actually show you the size different in a moment. Because we actually have some GW ground textures.
Yeah, I mean, we usually keep a couple of GW ground textures around here just because some of the textures I like better for like heroes and stuff like that. But when you're doing an army, it's gonna hit you right in the wallet to use GW's ground textures.
Yeah, so for me, I don't care. It's my own army. Just come in here. Just clean up this edge. You want to hand me the other texture? Alright, so I can show you here right on stream.
$8
So
right there
this
for
is
the
the
bottle.
giant bottle of what I was just using. That's a bottle of Citadel. So it's a little bit bigger.
So basically, the price of 2 Citadels is what you get for the left.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, we got this one for $7.69. just for this little tiny bottle.
But I notice it's Martian iron crust.
No comment. No reason why we got that one specifically.
No, not at all.
It's not like one of the people that we know has a whole army that's based on Mars.
The fact is I've done a few armies based on Mars.
Well, yeah. I don't know why people like to beat up each other on Mars. I mean, we're a nice people, you know.
So I didn't even
It's
use
caring.
the Martian iron crust on your last ones, or any of yours actually. I think what I used was Agrelian Badlands, but then I just went over and painted it to look like Mars.
Letting all the secrets out now.
I got too many secrets. You can't have them all.
Yeah, and like for your daughters, we actually have, it's a Vallejo mud texture. It actually has like sticks and twigs in it.
Yep.
So I used that, painted it with actually this Eshin gray, and then dry brushed the Dawn Stone on it to give it that rocky feel.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sydney really appreciates it because they're not my sisters, and trust me, when I say my sisters, I get corrected. Holy cow!
Yeah, if you like your wallet, I would definitely go with the Vallejo over the GW. I mean, the GW does make great textures, but they're very, just like everything else GW, they're costly.
Okay, well, you just made. I want a clarification because I'm just curious. You made the question. You made the comment that GW makes great textures. So does the Vallejo
Citadel, yeah.
make or Citadel, whatever?
No,
That's not my
okay.
point. Does
Vallejo
Vallejo
does
make
make
just as good?
They do. They don't have as big a selection though.
Oh, so their range isn't as large.
Yes.
Right. So I mean, most of Vallejo's stuff is more geared towards like World War II and stuff like that. So you'll find like Eastern Europe, you know, muddy battlefield style stuff like that.
Okay.
Where GW stuff's obviously towards our Age of Sigmar and 40k lines. So you
Right.
have things that are more geared towards that, like Iron Martian Crust or Agrelian Badlands or AstroTurf, stuff like that.
Right.
But the big thing is with Citadel's ground textures, it's really only we'll say 2 to 3, 2 to 4 different types of textures with different pigments in it.
Okay.
Is what it really boils down to.
So in some scenarios, it's actually easier to just get the bigger bottle and paint it as you want it. Like I said, I can use a mud texture and make stone, or the sand I can turn into dirt by painting it a deeper brown.
Right. Well, again, you made a comment, and I figured for those of us playing at home, I would ask the question
Yep.
in case anybody else had to too. And that was a great answer. Thank you.
Shade going.
It's just the way my brain thinks.
Still good. But it is technically time to end. So we do need to wrap up. So we were able to get one of the sisters done. We were able to get her done. This one is just about done. I just got the shade on. So that'll dry, and then I'll come back here and do all the highlighting and everything. And then Jesse will help me with the faces and everything else. And then we'll work on the base probably for the next couple of streams. Because once I get this all painted to a brown, there's actually quite a bit on this. There's her helmet, grenades, figuring out this bottom cloth texture, her gun, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll probably work on that on my next stream, is her base, and then we'll get it all built together. So thank you all for joining me. I'm not touching the bird.
But you want to.
I want to so bad. But I'm not. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on the stream. I do hope you all have a good night.
Thanks for streaming.
See ya.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Chuck. Thanks for joining us, Santa.
Absolutely.